Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Lots of stuff to jump into on today's video. We want to focus on Pro Football Focus's list of the top ranked quarterbacks. They ranked all 32 starting quarterbacks from 1 all the way to 32. And guess who landed at number 1? Of course, it's one Patrick Mahomes, who didn't win MVP last year, but arguably should have. Aaron Rodgers, of course, won that award, and Mahomes is the early odds favorite to win the award this year. He had an insane season a year ago. He's been on an insane stretch to start his career. We've literally never seen anybody play at the level that he has played at to start a career in NFL history. So it's been a lot of fun to watch, and it really should come as no surprise that PFF has him as their number 1 ranked quarterback. He's been their highest ranked quarterback the last 3 seasons, and he's still entering his prime, some would argue, and is the best player on arguably the best team. So no real surprise there, and I think you guys would agree with me, and if you're weird, you can type in for no, but is Mahomes the best quarterback in the league? Y for yes, in for no. I clearly think he is. I'm typing my Y for yes. I agree with Pro Football Focus on this one. No one can do the volume of things that this guy can do in terms of making all the throws, winning from the pocket, winning from outside the pocket, scrambling for first downs, making up arm angles that humans didn't know existed 4 years ago. Patrick Mahomes is simply the best and most dynamic quarterback in the NFL, and maybe the most talented quarterback we've ever seen. Certainly not the best up to this point. He hadn't accomplished that much yet, but he, in terms of if you could robotically build a quarterback, Mahomes would be the guy that you would create. Now, he comes in at number 1, and after that, it gets a little interesting. I know he won the Super Bowl last year, but do we really think Tom Brady's the second best quarterback in the NFL? I'm not really sure. At this point in his career, we saw that defense ride him to that Super Bowl last year. Aaron Rodgers, I would have had him number 2. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. Obviously, Watson has the off-the-field stuff, but this is purely a list from a football standpoint for PFF's rankings. 6 through 10, Josh Allen, who played really, really well last year, obviously. He's a top MVP candidate this year. Dak Prescott, who was off to a great start before the injury. He came in at number 7. Lamar Jackson, number 8. And then Matt Ryan and Baker Mayfield round out the top 10. But again, Patrick Mahomes leads this list. And I think if you polled all 32 NFL GMs and they could list or vote anonymously, I think at least 30 would pick Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback, if not all 32. Like, we've had this debate before between Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. The Ravens would trade Lamar for Mahomes straight up and not even think twice about it because Mahomes is just that good. If you want to get the best player in the NFL's jersey, well, luckily you guys are in luck. You can get this red Patrick Mahomes jersey for $89.99. It's a steal of a price, authentic Nike jerseys. Chatsports.com/MahomesRed. That is the link to go to. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. Click and shop today. Represent Patrick Mahomes this upcoming season at chatsports.com/MahomesRed. Let's talk about another quarterback here on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. Shane Buechele, who was an undrafted free agent out of SMU, took part in rookie minicamp this past weekend and seems like a player who's fired up and ready to compete for a roster spot, which I think could be attainable for Mr. Buechele. Here's what he had to say just in the last couple of days. I think this opportunity that the Chiefs gave me is a great one to be able to learn under Pat and to be able to learn under Chad Henne as well. Those guys are vets and they've been playing for a while. Just in 3 days of camp, I've learned a ton in meetings, and it's super great for me to be able to do that. Now, I've watched Shane Buechele quite a bit throughout his college career living down here in Texas. Watched him at the University of Texas. Watched him here in Dallas at SMU, where we're based at Chat Sports. Seen him play live a few times. And he's got talent. He throws a pretty nice deep ball. Doesn't have the strongest arm, but when he has time to throw, he's got a nice rainbow arc on it. He throws the deep out pretty well. He struggles to fit the ball in tight windows because he can't throw with a ton of velocity, but when his base is set and he can deliver the ball downfield, he can make throws. Like, obviously, he doesn't have half the arm talent that a Patrick Mahomes or even a Chad Henne does, who Henne has one of the stronger arms in the National Football League, but Buechele's accurate. pretty good decision maker, especially once he got to SMU. I think he's got a chance to kind of stick around in the NFL as a long-term backup quarterback. Obviously, he's got an uphill climb being a UDFA, but I think there is an opportunity here with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, what do you think? The Chiefs have kind of, some years they've carried 2, some years they've carried 3. How many quarterbacks do you think they'll have on their 53-man roster this year, 2 or 3? Obviously, Mahomes is going to be one of them. I think Chad Henne is going to be on this roster as well, but I would be tempted to carry a third quarterback, whether that be Shane Buechele or Anthony Gordon. Buechele had a nice season this past year for SMU, completing over 65% of his passes, over 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 picks, put together really a solid college career, throwing for over 8,000 yards between the two programs of Texas and SMU. And I think he slowly improved as a decision maker throughout college as well. He was a little interception heavy early on, but certainly got a lot better in that regard. Now, he'll likely be competing with Anthony Gordon, who was a UDFA last year. If you remember him, out of Washington State, ended up going undrafted, went to the Seahawks, bounced around their practice squad a bit. The Chiefs picked him up, and now he is on their 90-man roster. So we'll see if Kansas City keeps one or both of Anthony Gordon and Shane Buechele. But I'm excited to watch these two guys go at it. I think Buechele's got a real shot. Now, he's not very mobile, which obviously you'd like to have your backup quarterback be able to do some similar things that your starter does. He could not be more different in terms of stylistically from Patrick Mahomes, but I think he can plug and play in this system, and I would trust Andy Reid to build around him if he ever had to play for whatever reason. Who should be your number 3 quarterback? Type B for Shane Buechele, type G for Anthony Gordon. Gordon, more mobile, can make throws on the run. That's not really Buechele's game. So kind of pick your poison here. B for Buechele, G for Gordon. I think I would give Buechele the slight edge, but you can go ahead and get your votes in. Get subscribed to the Kansas City Chiefs Report so you never, ever miss a video. When you go to that link, youtube.com/ChiefsTV, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. You're good to go. That's all you got to do. You are set. You will never miss any of our videos. And we cover a lot of stuff. The latest Chiefs news, rumors. We've got weekly mailbags, one coming up later this week as well. Don't miss any of it. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. But you're watching right now, just hit that big red subscribe button. Let's talk a little voluntary workouts, and then we will wrap this thing up in a couple of minutes. So NFL voluntary workouts are starting across the league. The last couple of days, they have gotten underway. Several Chiefs players are in attendance because obviously a big talking point was going to be, are players just going to skip these? Are they going to stay at home and work out until mandatory stuff starts? Well, a lot of the Chiefs' big-name guys are at the practice facility, even Tyrann Mathieu, who is a little frustrated with his contract situation. Patrick Mahomes has been out there, Tyreek Hill. So good to see a lot of these guys get back out there and practice. The schedule really will ramp up later this month and on into June once OTAs and minicamps get going. Obviously, 3 portions of OTAs from May 25th to 27th, June 1st through 3rd, and then June 8th through the 11th as well, before mandatory minicamp gets going June 15th through 17th. That is when you would expect 100% attendance, or at least very close to that. So obviously the next 3-4 weeks, kind of ease your way back in, voluntary workouts, if you will, before it really picks up. But then obviously you'll have training camp sometime in July, dates unannounced, and then, hey, preseason's here. Like, it's, guys, this offseason, it is rolling right along. They'll play the 49ers, Cardinals, and Vikings in the preseason, and then week 1 will be here. I know it seems far away. Oh, the NFL season, it's almost 4 months away. Guys, we're going to go to sleep a couple of times, and it's going to be August 1st. Like, that's just how this thing goes. It feels like the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl last week, right? We've gone through free agency. We've gone through the draft. Rookie minicamp's already taken place. You've seen voluntary workouts start. OTA start next weekend. It's picking up very, very quickly, and I, for one, am very excited for week 1 of the 2021 season. All right, we're just about done on today's show. Before we sign off, give me a follow on Twitter. I'm at HGramNFL. More Chiefs news, rumors over there, NFL coverage as well. Slide my DMs. Ask me your questions, and I will answer as many as I can. And be on the lookout for a new mailbag video later this week here on the channel.